All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Solo Adventures with CaptainQwyx. I'm Jeff Anderson. Nice to have you with us here today. Let me see if anyone's actually watching or listening. Let me take a look at the chat here. Is anybody here? Let me know if you're hearing me okay. Messed with my audio settings just a little bit since last time, and want to make sure I'm coming through okay. It looks like my audio mixer says yes, but we'll see if anybody joins us here in the chat. Let me know. Okay, we hear you. Dr. Sign, thank you very much. Well, we are off for some adventure here. Let's bring that up and that up. Okay, so we've got Frosthaven in front of us. The outpost of Frosthaven and then the northern coast. I'm gonna leave this here where it is just right now, and we're gonna dive into some things. So it's been a few weeks since I've been able to find the time to jump on the stream. I apologize for that. I don't know that I'm still new at this. I can't consider myself having a loyal following at this point, but I'm going to try and be consistent going forward, with an exception when I have to travel. Some of you may know, and I've said this before, I am the director of events for BoardGameGeek, running BGG Con, BGG Spring, as well as the BGG at Sea cruises. And I also attend a few game conventions throughout the year that I'm not running. Get to have some fun at them. And next week is actually one of them. I'm headed out to SaltCon next week. So I'm going to stream today. I'm going to stream on Wednesday. We're going to do session 0 today, and then episode or campaign 1 on Wednesday. And that'll kind of kick us off into a solo campaign of Frosthaven. And then I'm going to have to take next week off because I'll be out in Utah for SaltCon. Once I come back, the rest of March, wide open. Should be trying to stream at least once a week, if not twice. And then I do have a little bit of travel in April, and we'll talk about that as things go. Feel free to interact in the chat. I am going to try and look over to the chat every now and then. I've got my laptop over here on the side. I will say that I'm getting old. And last week, I ordered progressive glasses for the first time in my life. Yes, I have come to admit I finally need bifocals or progressives. So right now, the chat is just a little bit far away for me. I can generally see what's there, but if I mispronounce your name, it's probably because I didn't see it right or I'm bad at pronunciation. So I apologize at the outset for that. All right. All of that business out of the way. Let's dive in here to our campaign. So we are starting a brand new Frosthaven campaign. I have never played any of Frosthaven. I have read through the rulebook. I've played about a dozen scenarios of Gloomhaven. Haven't even got to the point where I retired a character yet in Gloomhaven. Obviously, well, not necessarily obviously, but since I haven't finished Gloomhaven, I have not done Forgotten Circles, although I do have it at home. I played through the community-driven campaigns during the Kickstarters of Gloomhaven and Frosthaven, and we are almost done with Jaws of the Lion. My wife and I, my brother and his wife, are just about done. We've got 2 or 3 more scenarios for Jaws of the Lion. So that's my experience level here. Happy to take advice from those who are more experienced, but even more happy to provide an opportunity for those who are less experienced to enjoy this with us. All right, look at the chat here real quick. Will you be posting the VODs anywhere, or will live be the only option to watch? It's a great question. I talked with Aldi just a couple days ago about posting these over on BGG's YouTube channel after the fact, and I think we are going to do that. I think I can figure out how to do that, so I am planning on putting these on YouTube as well. Need to talk with Lincoln. He kind of controls the keys over there, make sure it's okay with him. Aldi says it's okay. We'll figure it out. All right, Thunderflux asks, or says, Frosthaven has such an awesome map. Reminds me a little of Icewind Dale. That's a great comment. Yes, I have looked at Icewind Dale. I also played D&D a fair amount. I haven't played Icewind Dale yet, but it does evoke a lot of the same kinds of world building here. And this is a gorgeous map, and we need to put a couple of stickers on the map. Nice segue, Thunderflux. Thank you. So we are starting a new campaign. And the very first thing we do with this campaign is unlock some scenarios. And I'm going to grab the scenario book here. I do have the Foreteller audio app. I am not going to be using it. I think it's fantastic. I haven't asked permission to play their audio over the stream. And so I'm just going to read, and you'll have to bear with me in my own voices. But this is right at the beginning of the scenario book. Welcome to Frosthaven. With your head down, you march. One foot, then the other. You try to block out the pain, the throbbing in your toes, the numbness in your face. Just keep the rhythm, you think. 1, 2. But the wind isn't so easily ignored. It claws at you, whipping up ice and snow like tiny hooks, making every breath difficult. Your skin is thick. You always prided yourself on that. But nothing is thick enough for this. You are walking through the frozen wastes, a place far to the north where only the hard and the lost dare to travel. Of course, that's probably why they hired you. It's been 10 days of plowing through snowdrifts as high as your waist, and there's still no sign of the town. Your mercenaries hired as part of a support team, the first group of the season sent to check on humankind's most distant outpost, Frosthaven. It's a place forgotten by most of the world, a tiny settlement carved out of the frozen wilderness that, for half the year, is wholly cut off from the Empire, isolated by towering, unbreachable drifts. But, as of last week, just enough snow had melted off the Imperial Pass for a team to get through. They were hiring, and your coin purses were empty. So then, here you are. No one really knows what awaits you in Frosthaven. Your snow-muddled mind struggles to imagine what sort of people could survive through the winter in a place like this. But whoever's there, you've hope, at the very least, they've left a fire going. Rewards for reading this opening section to you. We have new scenarios, Howling in the Snow, Scenario 0 that we're going to play today, and A Town in Flames, Scenario number 1. That doesn't sound ominous at all. And we'll play that on Wednesday. So I need to grab some stickers. All right. By the way, in case it wasn't obvious from the description, there are going to be spoilers aplenty. I'm not going to try and avoid any of that. You're playing right along with me, so hopefully you're okay with spoilers for Frosthaven. If not, well, I guess try and stay ahead of me. Play faster than I do. That's all right. Okay, I'm pulling off sticker 0 here, and I just cut my nails yesterday. All right, that guts the corner. Okay, let's catch up on the chat here. Okay, Nightbot. Current game is not Patchwork Valentine's Day edition. I don't know how to fix that. I'm so new at this, I don't know how to control the bot. I'll see if I can catch somebody's attention out there, and maybe they know how to update the game for me. I'll have to ask for the next time, so I'll apologize if the bot doesn't stay correct. All right, Howling in the Snow, 0. All right, and we will find here, I need to remember not to put things to my left because that's where my green screen is. Okay, I thought it gave me a key for the grid for where these things show up, but I'm not seeing that unless it's underneath. Did I not? There we go. Well, yeah, this should all come up, part of the sticker. N6. There we go. Just had to get that sticker out of the way. November 6. So here's November. There's the 0 right there. 6. We got a 0 right up here on the top of the mountains. So I'm going to place my sticker, trying to match up as best I can. All right, I'm going to call that good enough. It's not exact, it's close. My brother's not watching, so I don't care. He's the OCD one in the family. Okay, there is sticker 0. And let's grab sticker 1. The manual, the instruction book does say, if you're familiar with Gloomhaven, you can skip 0. I am familiar with Gloomhaven, but I've never played these two characters before, so I'm still going to do 0 because it's kind of a learn the character, learn the system, kind of a setup. So I'm doing 0 anyway. Besides, there's probably going to be some rewards for playing 0, and why would we want to miss out on any rewards, right? Okay. So we have a town in flames here. You can see this is showing our connections depending on how scenario 1 goes. It kind of is a flow chart pointing us to the next scenarios available. But that's all we need from there. Get that out of the way. A town in flames. Oh, I forgot to check where the sticker goes. FR. So there's an FR on there. That means in Frosthaven. So that means we need to look in Frosthaven. There's the Frosthaven map. And this is going to be number 1. So where do I see number 1? It's probably going to be right here near the opening. There it is. And there is something big and scary on this sticker that is not on the map. Give a little view there of what we'll be facing on Wednesday. All right, number 1 is up. Okay. Thunderflux says, better than the app. Well, thank you. I appreciate the flattery. I don't know if I believe it, though. Never played Gloomhaven, Frosthaven. Are the stickers permanent? I am using permanent stickers. That's what comes with the game, is permanent stickers. However, reusable stickers are available as an accessory or add-on. I have not purchased that add-on, and as I play legacy games, I'm more than happy to play it once, enjoy the experience, and call it good. So I am using permanent stickers, but reusable stickers are certainly available so that you could not necessarily consume the game. Generally, as cards are used up, I'm not going to destroy any cards, rip them up, so the game could theoretically be played over and over. The stickers are more just marking progress through the campaign. These stickers here don't really change the components that are needed to play the game. And so you could play through the campaign again, just keeping track separately of which scenarios you unlock and have played. All right. So we have 0 and 1 available to us. We're going to play scenario 0. So the first thing we do before even playing a scenario is we need some characters. So now that we know where we are, we're up here off the map, up in the mountains, trying to get to Frosthaven. You can see Frosthaven is inset here. So we're up in the final pass before we get there. And there we go. I have the setup kind of already going. Let's get some characters. So there are 6 classes available to us at the start of the game. There are 11 more that are locked, and I have no idea how to get to those 11. As I said, when I played Gloomhaven, I never even got to the point of retiring a character or unlocking a new character. I kind of know how it happens, but in this game I don't. I have played during the Kickstarter campaign. There was a community-driven campaign that Isaac was working on that I played through with my son. I played the it's not the brute. What's he called? Is it the brute? I'm going to something more interesting than that. It is the Drifter. Yes, I played the Drifter. Fantastic character, jack of all trades, really a lot of fun. My son played the Geminate, and it melted my brain. He had a lot of fun with it. That's 2 characters in one. Very, very cool concept. But for this, since I'm playing solo, I didn't want to do anything too complex. I also wanted to try something new. So I'm going to, at least initially, we're going to play with the Banner Spear and the Deathwalker. And that's what I have here. So let's open the Deathwalker. So we have a big tuck box with some stuff. We have character area, we have a punch board and sets of cards, character sheet, and then we have a small tuck box. Which should be the figurine. And hey, look at that gorgeous hand-painted figurine. Let's see if I can get this in any better in here. There we go. Now, I'm cheating just a little bit. I am not opening this box for the first time. I hand-painted this figurine yesterday. So, I will say I am not a master painter. I think it's good enough for on the table. I had a lot of fun with it. But that is our Deathwalker. There you go. Especially like the... it's like a dead tree or something that she is holding. There's the... source artwork I had to play with. And, you know, I was actually very intimidated by this artwork as I was trying to paint because there's so much detail. It's such cool character artwork that, you know, I think I did okay. I think I got close. Hold 2 of them together there. All right. So that's our Deathwalker. In my canon, in my universe, this Deathwalker appears to present as female, so I'm going to say that she is female. We'll name her here in a minute. And our Banner Spear. The Banner Spear also. So the Banner Spear is human. The Deathwalker is a Volreth. And I'm actually playing the Volreth in Jaws of the Lion as well. Very, very different character, but very cool. Anyway, the Banner Spear. There we go. There's our Banner Spear. Also female, at least in my universe. And so we'll name her here in a minute. Now she has a bigger miniature. Or at least a bigger miniature box. And I want to point out, this I think is just so cool. I'm very impressed with the attention to detail, because the miniature itself is actually the same size. But she's holding a spear, and we have the plastic protection here that keeps the spear straight. I have had many a game with other miniatures where if I pulled this mini out, the spear would be all bent. But with this extra plastic, that spear is nice and straight. Let's get that in focus. There we go. So she has companions. She's got an eagle on her arm, and then she has a variety of spears with different colored banners. So she's holding her her blue one. She's got some kind of a fox or a small furry animal as a wrap to keep her warm, and she's got a big fur coat around the back. And then on the back side here we've got, she's got some green in her. The green spear. I didn't realize the green screen would mess with the green flag. So we can bring this in here a little bit. All right, so there's the back side of our Banner Spear. Come on, focus. There we go. All right. Okay, zoom back out here. Oh, a little too far. Right about there, I think. All right. So, those are our characters. Let me get some of this tuck box stuff out of the way. Let me just ask real quick, audio-wise. I hope you're hearing me and pretty much nothing else. There is a fair amount of background noise going on in the room next to me. I'm just curious if any of that is bleeding over into the audio here. So let me know in the chat. All right. So for our characters, we need some names. I am open to suggestions for our Deathwalker and our Banner Spear. Let's see. While we also are going to need some items and a quest, a personal quest. So I'm going to shuffle up the personal quest cards and make sure, I believe it's draw two and choose one of them. Yes. Draw two cards, keep one. All right. We hear the music from the other room, but it's not too loud. That is from Pifona. Thank you for letting me know. All right. Call it a little bit of ambiance. I'll let y'all guess what might be happening in the other room. Okay, Deathwalker. Female Volrath Deathwalker. Let's learn a little bit about our Deathwalker and see if a name presents herself. No group is quite so ill-suited for the icy northern climates as the Volrath, who make their homes far to the south around the Red Desert. There was once a great war in that region between the Volraths and the humans, both equally interested in conquering the Stormbrew Plains for themselves. The two nations have since made peace, and the Volrath government in particular has made concerted efforts to forsake its aggressive past. In more recent times, they have focused on economic strength over the physical. There is a saying among the Volrath, in order to survive the ice, one must have an icy soul. This is apt for a Deathwalker, a nomad bent on atoning for the Volrath nation's past sins by ensuring the souls of the dead find rest. Wherever great tragedy falls, a Deathwalker is usually not far behind, and Frosthaven has seen plenty of tragedy. All right, you'll see our character here is moderate on complexity, natural affinity for the darkness in the elements, very decent at melee and very good at ranged, pretty good mobility, not much of a support character, defense, or control. Now, I did pick the Banner Spear as a good complement to that. All right, Volrath, Deathwalker. Thinking of names. Let's get a personal quest. Pick 2 cards. Pick one of them. Team building. You are a people person. Well, almost immediately, I think it's not going to be this one, but we'll keep reading it. Sure, you've got a job to do, but it would hurt to make a few friends? Of course not. Nothing would make you happier than sitting around the hearth with some fast friends, drinking, talking, and playing games. Is that our Deathwalker, a nomad, atoning for the sins of the past? Unless we're going to go against the grain, let's see what this other one is. Searching for the oak. Most people believe that the great oak is the capital. Most people believe that the great oak in the capital is the true face of the divine. But you have heard rumors of a great prophet who brought a sacred acorn from the north to plant the great oak. The true oak is somewhere in this frozen waste, and you wish to gaze upon it in awe. All right, I think that is going to be better for our Deathwalker. I think searching for the oak sounds like better for the Deathwalker. But tell me in the chat real quick if you have a better idea. Let's see if we have any suggestions on names. Red Dragon 84 says Kisrul Elder Shadow. Ooh, I like that. That is awesome. All right. Yeah, I think that's a winner, especially because no one else has piped up yet for a competing idea. I'll give you 2 more seconds here to think of a name and convince me that we should not be searching for the oak, because that's where I'm leaning. And while you do that real quick, I'm going to ask Aldi in the other room if he can tell me how to fix Nightbot for the current game. Be right back. I can just do it right here from the chat, right? All right, everybody. Aldi in the house. Everybody say hi to Aldi. They can't.
Can they hear me?
I don't think they can hear you.
I don't even see.
All right.
All right, I'll do that.
There, Aldi's hand on the green screen. Okay.
Exclamation point commands. Space edit. Space. Exclamation point game. And then type what you want to type.
Space.
The current game is Frosthaven. Did it take it?
Yep.
If you type exclamation point game, it'll show you.
Frosthaven scenario 0. All right. Thank you, sir.
Good luck.
All right.
Die.
Appreciate it. Oh, hopefully not. Thanks, Aldi. All right. Oh, I was picture in picture there. I'm still working the video mixer. Okay, let's look back up. Did I miss anything? We're still looking at Kisrul Elder Shadow. Am I pronouncing that correctly, Red Dragon? We need to get this right at the start. Kisrul Elder Shadow. Scrolling down, it's just me changing the game and such. And then Pifona says if it turns out to be a dead oak would be thematic. I like it. All right, we're going to do searching for the oak. Personally loot 8 total lumber cards through loot tokens to unlock Sacred Scroll 69. That's a new mission. And then follow it to a conclusion. And then we'll open a envelope. Yes, so we are searching for the oak with Kisrul. Let me get the spelling here. Like I said, I don't have my glasses on because I'm waiting on my bifocals. Kisrul. Kisrul. And we can call her Chris for short. There we go. Kisrul. Kisrul Elder Shadow. Awesome. Okay, and then we need some items for Kisrul. I have here the available items. There's just a set of 10 to 12 that are available at the start of the game. We do have suggestions for our starting characters. The Deathwalker Boots of Speed is the one and only suggested purchase. Let's find the Boots of Speed. Boots of Speed, they cost 30. That's how much we have to spend. During ordering of initiative, after all ability cards have been revealed, increase or decrease your initiative by 10. Oh, that's nice. I actually like that as a new card. Haven't seen it before. Especially once we get with the monsters and such. We might, and I know the shadow can kind of like move all around on the map. So we'll go with the suggestion here. We're gonna play basic. So we're going with suggestion. All right. All right. CaptainQwyx is in the chat. Glad to see your Frosthaven finally arrived. Well, thank you. I happen to know CaptainQwyx for his entire life. That is my son, Jonathan. Good to see you, Jonathan. Yes, we're here and we're having fun. Okay, so we've got our Volrath all ready to go. Now we need our banner spear, our human banner spear. So I'm going to read a little bit about the human banner spear and suggest a name for me if you've got one. She's, oh, look at that. So she is medium complexity on the low side, all about the wind, and a good balance across the board, but very good in support, defense, and so on control. So I think with the two of them, For a duo party, I think that's a pretty good mix together. So, northern human settlements existed long before emissaries from White Oak traveled to Frosthaven, looking for new ways to expand their merchants' guild. When these endeavors only led to angering the Algox population, the southerners fled, leaving the ill-prepared fishing village to face the blowback. But humans are a resilient people. Even on the brink of despair, there is hope for survival. The only thing left behind by the Merchants Guild were the banner spears, tireless warriors forever in search of respect and glory. Frosthaven has no need of pride, though. Cut off from the rest of the world and faced with the harsh realities of the North, banner spears are forced to reevaluate what truly matters. They were abandoned like everything else, and they must forge new, stronger bonds to stay alive. All right, so she is all about bringing on allies and good movement and setting up some good melee attacks. So, any name suggestions for our female human banner spear? Let's pull up a personal quest for her as well. She'd be great on the team building side of things, but I'm going to consider that in the discard pile for now. So we're going to get 2 new ones. We've got the study of plants. Maybe not so much. Plants are infinitely more interesting than people. There are so many varieties, and each one has unique properties. If you could do nothing but look at new plants all day, you absolutely would. But you're running out of new plants to look at. Luckily, there's an entirely new ecosystem in the northern part of the continent. Don't think that fits as well. Merchant class. Merchants rule the world. Money is power, and you'd do anything to get your hands on some. You figure if you can gather enough equipment together, you may be able to set up your own shop somewhere and work towards becoming a real merchant. Let the suckers keep fighting in dungeons over scraps. I think that fits our banner spear because I see her as formerly a merchant guard, protecting the merchant interests in Frosthaven. Left abandoned to her own now, but she knows the power of it. So I think that's what she wants to do. So she's all about owning items. Own 3 helmet items, 3 breastplate items, 3 foot items, 3 hand and or double hand items, and 4 pouch items. So she is all about getting items. All right. So we have a quest for the banner spear. Thinking of name, but let's look at suggested item real quick. Banner spear, winged shoes, and heater shield. 124, 128. Winged shoes. During your turn, add jump to all your move abilities. Getting jump is always good. And a heater shield. When you suffer damage from an attack, gain shield 1 for the attack. I think she's going to be up in melee, so yeah, let's go with both of those. Again, with the basics. All right, that is our items. Okay. I've noticed every now and then the green screen can mess with the regular picture on things, so I need to get that going. Okay, what do we got in the chat? Any suggestions? Red Dragon 84 says Merhan, and Lieutenant Quix says Emmy Hadwise. Emmy Hadwise. All right. I'm going to go with Lieutenant Quix's idea this time around. Red Dragon, you got to name Chris for us, Chris Roll, and I appreciate that. And I just appreciate you being here and suggesting and interacting. But we're going to go with Emmy Hadwise. Emmy and Chris Roll. All right. So, I'm not gonna worry about the punch boards just yet. We'll get to them in a second. But we have now our setup here. I've already got my modifier deck for that. We don't really need to worry. So we just need to remember Chris Roll wants lumber. And Emmy wants items. All the things. Okay. We don't need our modifier decks just yet. Because that's going to be after we get perks and such. And it's going to be a little while before we get to any of that. We do need our cards. All right. So our ability cards. We need all the level 1s and the 3 level X's. There we go. It'll be a little bit before we level up. So we don't need any level 2 to 9 cards. Get those out of the way. Red Dragon says, I like Emmy. All right, we're all on board. Wonderful. And then for Banner Spear, let's get all the level 1 cards and the 3 level X's. And those out of the way. And good to go. Okay. Sorry for my big hairy arm. I had to stretch across my green screen area to get my card holders. We are using a couple of component helpers from the BGG store. I do want to point out I love these plastic component holders and card holders. These things are awesome, and you can get them in the BGG store. Transparent doesn't show up. They have the BGG logo on there. I don't know if you can see that. And this one's not going to show up at all because it's green. Hey, look at that. Anyway, check out the BGG store for those awesome items. Okay, I'm going to move these up out of the way over here. Actually, I'm going to need these down here to manage cards. Let's see. Let's go sideways just a little bit. Give us a little more room here. There we go. We'll make that work. And then we are going to have the iPad. Where's my iPad? My iPad's buried. We're going to have the iPad right up here. Let's see. Well, we'll figure this out as we go. We don't really need picture-in-picture. You don't need to see my face, do you? Well, we'll see how that works. All right, we'll figure this out. Let's get to the scenario. We need scenario 0. And this is going to be an introduction, and in fact, it's going to recommend... It's an even more simplified rule set than we will get once we start scenario 1. But we are howling in the snow. All right, this scenario is complete when all enemies in it are dead. At the end of that round, read paragraph 2.2. Introduction. You were warned the journey would not be easy, that the weather would sap your strength and beat you into submission, that terrible creatures lurked in the mountains, waiting to fall upon unsuspecting travelers in a bloody frenzy. You wouldn't have expected, however, that the most mundane of threats may end up being the most dangerous. Wolves. The howling started last night, signals to the pack that prey was near, and now they have gathered, stalking you as you move through the mountains looking for weaknesses. This is no time to be passive. You know it's only a matter of time before they strike, going after the slowest, oldest members of your caravan. If you want everyone to survive, you'll need to show these animals that you are not to be messed with, that you are not prey. All right, set this down for a moment. Get these cards up out of the way. Okay, do not set up the Hound monster ability deck. Instead, each round on Initiative 26, all hounds perform Move 2, Attack 2. So that's going to be real easy for us. Let me make sure, as I've been shifting things around, let me make sure we get our map set up right. There's a hound there. Snowdrift. And a hound here. And then we have a snow door right up there. Okay. And we can start down here. I'm guessing we'll want the banner spear in front, but we'll figure this out here in a minute. All right, each character reduces their hand until it contains only the following cards. Normally we would set up our full hand size based on this number down here, but the Deathwalker has Unbreakable, Crushing Weight, Vile Assault, Deadly Shot, Violent Inheritance. Oh, why am I reading the Drifter? I'm not playing the Drifter. Deathwalker, Shadow Step, Fluid Night, Strength of the Abyss, Call of Doom, Call to the Abyss, Black Barrage, Eclipse, Dark Fog. All right. Call to the Abyss. Anger of the Dead is not in there. Sunless Apparition is not in there. Fluid Night, Dark Fog, Black Barrage, Call of Doom, Eclipse, and no Lingering Rot, Shadow Step, and Strength of the Abyss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, very good. Set these cards up. All right. I should have said it at the outset. This is going to be, well, hour to 2 hour, maybe a little bit longer, because we're doing so much setup this first time around. But hey, you know, feel free to drop off and come back. As I said at the outset, we will be posting these over on BGG's YouTube channel at some point. I don't know how quick that'll happen, but that is the goal anyway. All right. The Banner Spear needs At All Costs. Rallying Cry is not there. Unbreakable Wall, yes. Javelin, yes. No Deflecting Maneuver. Tip of the Spear, yes. Combined Effort, yes. No Set for the Charge. No Pincer Movement. Yes, Regroup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. We're missing one. Deflecting maneuver is in there. Okay. All right. Normally the Deathwalker has 11 cards and the Banner Spear 10. We're playing with 8 and 7 right now. Okay. Section links. We've got our map layout. So we've only set up the first room. We know what tiles are going to be out there, and I do have a list of what overlays and monsters I'm going to need. But I don't know what goes in the other rooms yet. We'll probably find out when door 1 is opened. We'll read paragraph 2.1. For a more in-depth guide on how to play each class, read paragraph 197.1. I did read that earlier, and it gives kind of a high-level overview on how each of the classes play. It makes it pretty nice. Okay, let's do this. I can put that there. I can put these kind of on top of each other. There we go. Let me zoom out just a bit. I don't like you seeing the tip of my laptop, but I guess I can get over that. There we've got our items. I will not be necessarily giving a full rules explanation on how to play Gloomhaven, but you'll pick it up as we go, or Frosthaven I should say. Now I haven't set up the monster decks, the loot deck, anything like that, because we are going to be using a helper app here. And where did that go? We'll be using X-Haven Assistant. And let's see, remove. I was playing around with this the other day, so I do have some characters in here already. We need the Deathwalker, level 1. Change name to Crysroll. And our banner sphere. Banner spear, level 1, ME. No, auto corrected to EMMY. We just want EMY. All right. So the loot deck is already set up for us. The monster deck is already set up for us, and we're basically good to go. Okay, so now I'm going to think for a little bit. Okay, checking the chat. Everybody still with us? All right, we've got to defeat some wolves. These are basic wolves, hounds. And we need to add, we have number 3 as a regular and number 5 as a regular. Okay. So they are Looks like it's still learning this a little bit. Oh, it's up here. Okay. 4 health, 4 move, attack 2. And it looks like, what is that symbol? The fist? I don't remember what that's. What the fist symbol is. Let me look. All right. Quick rules refresher, player aid. So these wolves apparently have a persistent bonus, but I can't find out what it is. There's a fist on there, and I don't remember that symbol. It's not the shield symbol. I guess. Oh, retaliate. That's what it is. I think. Let me just make sure. I haven't seen retaliate in a while because Jaws of the Lion doesn't have any retaliate. But let me just make sure that symbol is what I think it is. Retaliate 2631. Yes, retaliate X. Okay. The wolves have retaliate 1. All right. Pifona says, yeah, the scenario said they had 2 move 2 damage. That is correct. They move 2, attack 2. That's their that's what's on their ability card. But on the tracker card, they have a permanent bonus here of retaliate 1 for regulars. So that's the symbol we're trying to figure out. All right. That means if I'm next to them and attack them, they'll hit me back for 1. Okay. So we need to defeat some wolves. We know that they're going on 26. We know that every card in this deck is initiative 26, move 2, attack 2. And it's not move +2, attack +2, because normally their movement is 4 and 2. It's explicitly move 2, attack 2. So a lot of times you have to look for, is there a plus sign or is it setting a base value? All right. Haven't played this character before. Let's see what we've got. Okay, the Banner Spear can summon a reinforcement. We can get a summon out there. And that's a good thing to do because oftentimes the Banner Spear wants to be fighting next to an ally. If we let the wolf come to her, combined effort would be good. Tip of the spear, we need to line them up first. Let me just look here. I think green is difficult terrain and orange is obstacles. I just want to verify that because we have some rocks, or is it the other way around? Purple is difficult terrain, so this snowdrift is difficult terrain. These rocks are obstacles. They cannot be moved through or around. So difficult terrain, obstacles. All right. All right, Banner Spear is generally all melee, at least on the cards that we have here right now. Well, I'm gonna check that guide real quick, just to review how to play these characters. On the back of the section book, we've got the Banner Spear. You are a melee class that can make big attacks, assuming you have an ally in the correct position. Teamwork, good communication, and clear strategy are all very important when playing your cards. You may often find yourself choosing later initiatives so you can more easily position yourself around your allies, or pairing your attacks with actions like the bottom of Regroup to let your allies get into position. Then you can lease actions like the top of Unbreakable Wall. So the bottom of Regroup, grant 2 allies within 3, move 3. So you let other people move. That's nice. And then Unbreakable Wall sets up a nice attack 3 people if you are next to an ally with them. All right, your allies aren't the only help you get, though. You also have a number of summons you can use to pull off your attacks. Pay special attention to the bottom of At All Costs. It is a summon whose movement you can always control. It takes its turn just before you, so put it in the perfect position to set yourself up for big attacks. And if it dies, you can just bring it back after you rest. So this is a summon that does not go lost. That's kind of cool. So maybe we hang back and take a turn to get that summon out on the board. I kind of like that idea. So rather than this thing coming up to attack us, because we don't have range, it's only going to move 2. So let's start back up. Oh, yeah, before we get any further, one very important other thing to do. We need some battle goals. Let me find the battle goals real quick. All right. So we've got our deck of battle goals. Each character gets 3 goals and chooses one of them. And that's a change from Frosthaven and Jaws of the Lion. Just giving you a little more better choice, because I have had times where neither goal I got was even possible. So this will mix it up a little bit better. All right. Deathwalker is an optimist. Remove a negative condition from yourself or an ally 2 or more times. Slayer, kill 2 or more enemies in the same round. Zealot, have 3 or fewer total cards in your hand and discard pile, while also not exhausted at the end of the scenario. Let's see, how many lost cards? I don't feel like she's much of a support character, so removing the negative conditions isn't going to help. Killing 2 or more enemies in the same round. That's possible, and it is 2 checks, because these hounds aren't super healthy. They're only 4, and I am looking right now. I see a attack 3 card that's multiple damage. Does she have any bottom attack cards? Probably not at level 1. Not in this basic set. Let's go for the Well, it's almost a freebie scenario. We're going to go for Slayer. 2 checks right off the bat. If we get it, a little more risky, but hey, if we get it, that'd be awesome. All right, Banner Spear. Die Hard. Never have your hit point value drop below half your maximum hit point value rounded up. She is the stronger of the 2 characters in terms of health. Tormentor. Apply a different negative condition to an enemy that already has 1 or more negative conditions. She does have Wound. Pierce isn't really a negative condition. And there's some forced movement. I'm not seeing any other. She's just got the 1 wound, so it's unlikely she'd be able to do a second one. Peacemonger. Never kill an enemy. Well, I don't think that's going to happen in this game, so we're going to try for Die Hard. Try and keep the Banner Spear healthy. Emmy needs protection. Emmy needs health. Now, Emmy is the protector, so let's try and keep Emmy healthy. And let's try and set Crisserol up for some big attacks. All right. Got our battle goals. First thing we're going to do is set up for the Banner Spear. We're going to set up our summon with the bottom, and then on the top, what is she going to do? She doesn't have any really top setup. She has a health. If she goes late, she could heal somebody. If she goes late, actually, well, if we move her up and she goes late, and let the wolves come up to her, and the Deathwalker move up, she could do a bigger attack. Before we decide what's the Deathwalker gonna do? All right. I feel like the Deathwalker wants to get her shadow tokens out on the board. Because shadow tokens really power her up. Moving shadow tokens, attacking from where shadow tokens are. So, placing her shadow tokens. There's a bottom. Place a shadow token within 2. Let me check other bottoms. Remove them around. Place 1 in the hex you're occupying after remove 6. That's big, but it's a go lost card. I don't really want any cards to go lost yet. Eclipse. Place 3 in hexes within 3. Okay, so that'll get some out on the board. Eclipse is a good startup. Oh, but it goes lost. Like I said, I don't want any cards to go lost just yet. I still need to... Not in room 1. So I can place 3 going lost. I can place 1 after moving 6, but it also goes lost. Otherwise, I'm just placing 1 within 2. Call the Abyss. During your summon's attacks before drawing a time in place. Oh, okay. So I can put shadow tokens out when enemies die. So whoever I attack can then turn into into a shadow token. All right. I think for right now, though, that's another card that goes lost. Put 1, and then for a top, attack 2, range 4. All right, let me make sure where I can start. It's 3 in the middle and that 1 up. If she puts 1 out, she's not going to move. I just want to get 1 out there to see what they do and try them out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to go like that. And we're going to do this. She's going to go early. The wolves are going to get closer, but we're not doing a whole lot of movement yet. So that's Deathwalker. And over here, we're summoning our reinforcement on the bottom, and then on the top, I want to save that for later. Oh, here's an attack 3, range 3. Throw a javelin. There we go. 1, 2, that's range 4 though. All right. We'll go ahead and put ourselves at a little damage. Maybe we can take down that wolf with the combined attack before he attacks us. So you're going to go early as well. So the banner spear is going to go before the wolf, possibly killing it, unlikely. And then the Deathwalker will go after the wolves. Okay, so Emmy is 21. And Kristen is, it's not, oh, the stupid, can I edit you after the fact? Oh. It auto-corrected our name. And I didn't notice that until just now. So we need a new Deathwalker. Level 1. Change it to Chris Roll. Okay. No auto-correction that time. All right. Chris Roll is 28. Okay. Emmy is 21. And now we draw our first initiative card. Hey, look, it's a 26, move to attack 2. Who would have thought? We are ready to start. What are we, an hour and 15 in? That's okay. First round. We're getting the hang of this. Okay, so going first is Emmy. Top action is attack 3, range 3, create wind. So we have wind turned on. I don't know, how well is the iPad coming across for you all? Let me know if you can see it good or not. And I'm looking over. Cord 9 says, "Hey Jeff, Phil Garrett here. Nice to see you, Phil. Thanks for joining us. You're just in time. We started streaming an hour and 15 minutes ago, but we're starting our first round." All right, so attack 3, range 3. Oh, I need to shuffle my modifier card. The app will draw modifiers for the enemies, but it does not, or at least I have not set it up to, I don't know if it even does. Yeah, I don't think it'll draw modifier cards for our characters. So I am shuffling Emmy's modifier deck right now. And that should be good enough. There's only 20 cards. And so we go attack 3, -2. Well, that was not awesome. So that was hound number 5. 5 takes 1 damage. And then we summon our reinforcement. So now I actually will get to the punch board. And I have a picture of this guy here in the middle. That is our reinforcement. So it's nice that we actually have, standee artwork for our allies. Now, they don't get a turn on the turn they are summoned, but they will act right before Emmy's next turn. All right, and that's my wife calling. I will call her after the stream. All right, summon goes up here. I get an XP. This card goes over here, does not go lost. And so Emmy now has 1 XP. And I need to set her starting health of 10. All right. All right, that is Emmy's turn. Oh, hold on. Christine, my wife, is telling me to check somebody's text. All right, apologize for the dead air. I had to text my wife real quick. All right, let's check the chat here real quick. iPad's okay, could be about 50% larger. All right. Can't really read what's on the iPad. CaptainQwyx says, but we can see the general images. Chord 9, you draw for your character. The app draws for the enemies. Okay, thank you, Phil. Appreciate that. I've also thought about bringing the app up in a browser window and just putting that into the screen. I haven't played around with that yet. That might happen. But for now, I'll just try and mention what's going on. If I turn it sideways, does it get bigger? It moves sideways, but it does not get any bigger. So, portrait orientation is best for right now. All right. Okay. So we will set up the wolves' turn. They wolf number 3 moves first. Move 2, attack 2. It tries to get closer to us. Cannot reach it. Does not have range attack. So he's done. Wolf 5. Move 2. Attack 2. He's looking for his focus. And his focus, I believe, is me. He could go here, or Emmy, or here. We'll put him here. Because he could theoretically attack either one. I read the rule. I don't want to look it up right now. I think summons count as 99 for initiative considerations in terms of targeting, but I'm not going to worry about that right this minute. Instead, we're going to take Crystal's turn. All right, what did she set up? So place 1 shadow hex within 2, and then she has a attack 2 range 4 attack. So she's going to shoot at the further away, and we need her shadow tokens, which are right here. Now, her shadow tokens do not count as map overlay tiles or anything. It's almost like they're not even there for any other character except her. So I don't know where per se, but let's put it there for right now. I don't know what we're going to do with it, but we at least need to get one out there just to get the game started. All right, so that is a discarded card. We'll put it there. And then attack 2, range 4. We don't have any knight, so we can't use the box right underneath it. But we will grab her modifier deck and start shuffling. Chord 9. Phil says the app should be fine. Just zoom in on it. There should be a zoom. Let's look here. Settings. I haven't played with this a ton. This is not the official Frosthaven app from Lucky Duck. I just, in a little bit of research I've had, I read that they were having some troubles with it or some decks weren't correct. I don't know if those have been fixed yet or not. So this is X-Haven Assistant. So let's look settings. Oh, okay. So yes, there is a zoom there. So that's zooming. Sealing apparently means zooming. So we can zoom a little more here. We don't need the title there. I do want all of that. Yeah, okay. At least for now, we'll get a little bigger that way. Okay. And we have thoroughly shuffled Chris Roll's modifier deck. All right. So she is attacking this wolf, wolf number 3, attack 2, range 4. -1. So that is 1 damage again on hound number 3. Okay, and that card gets discarded. All right, Chord 9 says, looks good now. You might be able to get a little more real estate from rotating sideways, but looks good. Yeah, we're going to stick with this just because portrait fits my layout, at least for this scenario. We'll obviously change things up as we change scenarios. Okay, that is 1 round. We did the hounds, we did Chris Roll. Let's go to the next round. I don't think there's anything we need to do. So next round button. And notice our wind is now waning. Okay, now we want to go early. We are perfectly set up for a combined effort on wolf number 5. We're in the gray square. We have an ally in the blue square, and the wolf is in the red square. We can rotate and mirror image these as much as we want. So that is absolutely what our banner spear is doing. So that's going to be on a 32. What are you going to do after that or before? Shield against range attacks. Oh, I forgot something very critical. Yeah, every time I do the green screen, I then get a green fade everywhere else. I wonder if that's the lighting. I'll have to mess with that later. We forgot to attack with our wolves. Our wolf number 5 actually did get to attack us. I'm going to just draw 1. We know it was attack 2, and it was +0, so we'll take 2. Whenever you suffer damage from an attack, gain shield 1 for the attack. So we will tap our shield and just take 1 damage for us. Okay. Get that set up. I forgot we need to get Chris Roll's wheel set up. Chris Roll has 6 health. 6 and 10. Now we're at 6 and 9. All right. Okay. Bottom action. I could let... We don't necessarily need to move right now. We could move after. The banner spear is going to move... Banner spear, I'm sorry, the reinforcement, this guy here holding a shield and a sword up on his shoulder, apparently doesn't use the sword up on his shoulder. He has 1 health, he moves 2, but he has no attack. All right, so he is just for positioning. All right. So for our bottom action, we could shield 2 against ranged attacks. These wolves don't have range. That doesn't matter. We could move 4. And then all your ranged shield 1. I think getting a move on is probably what we're going to want to do. But we want to go before the wolf does. Actually, the wolf is just going to wail on us, but it'd be nice to avoid the wolf's attack. We're going to grant 2 allies to move 3. If I do that, I'll do that after we do the attack, and then we'll let our reinforcement get a move on up to the next area we want to go. All right, what is our Deathwalker going to do? Okay, attack 5 before the attack as if you were occupying a hex with a knife, then with a shadow, then remove the shadow. Well, that's pretty awesome because we have a shadow right next to here. So let's do that. And then let's, for a bottom action, once to reach your move or attack abilities, you may remove one within 3 to gain 1 and add. We're not going to do that. We'll probably do a basic move. I'm going to do this just for kicks. Okay. So we've got Emmy at 25, Crystal at 24. It's almost like I know that the hounds are going to go on 26. So Crystal first is going to attack 5, perform the attack as if you were occupying a hex with a shadow token, then remove the shadow token. So we're going to attack 5 on wolf number 3. +1 is 6. Plenty enough to kill this wolf. Let's just make sure. And yep, he's gone. All right. And then we remove the shadow token. And we create night. And we gain an XP. Oh, it looks like I can actually manage my XP up here. Yes, I can. Nice. And then Emmy is down 1 on health. I can do that, so I don't need these tracker boards at all. I'll get those out of the way. All right. As much as I can tidy up around here is going to be helpful. Okay, then, so that was all of her top action. Bottom action, move 4. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Closer to the next room. All right, sorry, Crystal. Now it's Emmy's turn. Emmy, combined effort. She is going to attack 3 and wound this wolf. So attack 3. -1 is 2. So this is important. 2 damage, but wound, which will kill the wolf, the hound, on the start of its turn. All right, so that was the top, and we get an XP for that. Oh, I need to say that we added reinforcements. Reinforcements max health is 1. Backing up, I don't use a whole lot of summons. So the summon actually took his turn first, moves 2. Just for kicks, he's going to move 2 over to here. We still have the same geometry we need. So summon moves 2. Emmy's turn was the attack, The wolf did not die, so does retaliate 1. So we do take 1 damage. Oh. So we're down to 8. But then now, let's see how smart the app is. Hound takes his turn. The wound was shaking, animated, reminding me to take a damage. So take a damage. Hound goes away. And we need loot drops. All right, so there's a loot token there, and where was that? That wolf was there. So we're going to back up, and she's only going to move 3 and stop there. End of turn looting. On Crisrel's turn, as the active player, we're going to draw from the loot deck. And that, I believe, is the random item card in the loot deck. That one looks different. It's either 3 coins or a random item, but I'm pretty sure that one is random item. Isn't that this? It says check the bottom icon. It's there. It is a little bigger. But I think that's the special card that gives us the random item. Oh, no. No, this loot deck shouldn't even have that one in there. That's the 3 gold card. Okay, yeah, that must be gold. That's just 3 gold. Okay. You're all right. Thank you, Cord 9 and Mr. Rodriguez. 3 gold. Okay, 3 gold. Never mind. I got excited. I guess we don't have the random item card in. Okay, so we got our loot. Thinking back here, we do everything. So we did combined efforts. We did not grant 2 eyes within 3 to move 3. So he's going to move 1, 2, 3. That's difficult terrain. Unfortunately, we are not allies to ourselves, but we'll let the Deathwalker move 3 and get closer to the door. Do summons get end of turn looting? Do summons loot? I can't remember. Summon figure. I want to loot that, and I would just want to know if I can have my end of turn looting. I don't know. Anybody help me? Do summons get end of turn looting? They do not, unless you have a card that grants them a loot ability. Thank you. Thank you, Phil. All right. Chat is a faster rule reference than the rule book itself. Okay. So no point in sending him over there. And Emmy doesn't really care about loot. She wants items. Of course, you need gold to get items. And so it might be worth wasting a turn to pick that up. Well, it's an early scenario, so maybe. Okay, that is the end of that round. Next round. Okay. Crystal is definitely going to open the door. Emmy can catch up a little bit. And so she's obviously going to move 4. That's as much as she can move. And then I don't know what she's going to do. Top action. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the same either way. Oh, but we could give her jump. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another space if we just add jump to it. And then she could long rest and get both items back. That's a decent idea. That's going to put Crystal by herself out in a new room. And that's not a spectacular idea. But she might, do something awesome. We've got some negatives out of the way. All right. Well, we need to pick a top card. I feel like we're just going to do this to not do much. And she's going to go after Crystal opens the door. Let's do a... boy, that's a big risk that there's going to be 3 monsters or wolves grouped up there. I don't think there will be, so I want to save that. Actually, this is something that Crystal probably wants to set up. Strength of the Abyss. Once during each of your move or attack abilities, you may remove 1 shadow within 3 to gain an experience and add 2 to your move or 2 to one of your attacks. So she's just going to set that up because she's pretty far ahead. She doesn't really need to move much more right now. So this is kind of just a tempo turn. And so for a top action, that's where it doesn't really matter. There's a chance that could be useful. We'll just waste the top action here. So we're wasting top actions all the way around. We're actually not opening the door this turn. All right. Chord 9. I got to run, Jeff, but looking forward to BGG Spring. See you in a few months. Absolutely. Thanks for dropping in for a little bit. Pleasure having you here with us. We will see you in just a few months. Yes, BGG Spring is doing great. Get your tickets now. It's always an exciting time. Okay, so it's kind of a bit of a down tempo turn, but we'll get there. So, since nobody's moving, it doesn't really matter. But we're gonna say 32, Emmy 15, and there we go. Yes, this is round 3, right? Yes, 1, 2, and round 3. Okay, so Crystal sets up Strength of the Abyss. Put that right over there. And then top action is attacking all adjacent enemies, just discarding for the top. All right, our banner spear is going to move 2, And then Emmy is going to move 4 with jump. So we are expending our winged shoes and going 1, 2, 3, 4, just so we can jump over that difficult terrain. And then top action doesn't really matter. It's attacks. There you go. All right. Okay. Banner Spear has 1 card left. Crystal has 2. So Emmy's going to take a long rest. Crystal is going to move into the room just with a basic move, and we'll kind of peek our head in and see what happens. So, we went through all this already. Next round. So Emmy, long rest on 99. Crystal on 19. Playing these 2 cards. All right. Crystal goes first. We're going to do basic move. So I'm not doing any of this. I'm just doing the basic move. Move 2. So I move 1, and we read our paragraph. Paragraph 2.1. Get our scenario book here. Page 2. You've gotten through the more aggressive members of the pack, but that doesn't seem to have discouraged the others at all. These wolves must be hungry, having endured through the entire long winter, but you refuse to be their food. You have greater ambitions than to be a frozen skeleton on the side of the road, picked clean of its meat. All right, we have lots of new stuff. For these 2 tiles are in the same room, so we need to put down some snow corridor tiles here, making these all 1 room. Up here in the tops of the mountains. All right, we have a treasure chest right here. That's good to see. Ooh, it must be in some kind of a cave. There's some stalactites or mites or pointy things. All right, we need a wolf here. I'm going to have to grab a bunch of loot tokens. It didn't tell me about the loot tokens. So we got pointy things and pointy things. This is all obstacles. Cannot go through. Difficult terrain up here. And, oh, this wolf is an elite wolf. All right, that wolf does not exist for just the 2 of us. We have damage traps right here and here and here. More difficult terrain here. And there. Regular wolf right here. Regular wolf back up here. And that's it. So 2 regulars and an elite. And we've got an obstacle up here covering the fire. And another wolf that does not exist for us. But we have some loot tokens. And I need 2 more loot tokens. All right. Let me just make sure that matches here. So I've got, that one doesn't exist. Those are all around there. He's there. right. I think we are set. So we have to kill 3 more wolves. And there's some loot to be had. And there's an elite all the way over there. Okay. Hiding behind. Which means we need to add some wolves. So we need to add regular standees 3 and 5 again. And then we need to add elite number 4. All right. So they're going to go after Crystal takes her turn. She did basic move 1 more step. That's a lost card to attack 3 all at once. I don't really feel like we want her to do that. So have her move 1 more. The wolf is going to get to her anyway, but let's draw the wolf away from the entrance so that we can still get through. So basic attack, still couldn't. I need to remember she's got her boots of speed. She can go faster or slower by 10. I keep forgetting that. We haven't used it yet. Haven't really needed to. But I will try and remember that. All right. She's going to short rest. Since she hasn't used her boots at all, that's fine. Okay. So that was her turn. The hounds. The hounds go first, and the elite moves first. Moving 2. So 1, 2, coming out around the spiky bits. And then hound 3. That's hound 5. So hound 3. Difficult terrain is going to go there. And then this hound, 1, 2, to come attack our Deathwalker. All right. So attack 2. 2x. So that's 4 damage. We've only got 6 health. That is a problem. Because is Emmy going to be able to get up there in time to help out? Well, she could do Unbreakable Wall early. Push the wolf out next turn. And she does have a little bit of healing. 2 of these cards going lost. Boy. Well, she had 8, but she's got 1 of them set up here. And I think she's going to have to start. We at least need to get some shadow markers out there. So I think she's going to light out that card going lost for 3 shadow markers. Oh, boy. Boy. Oh, we just got raided. Holy cow. Checking the chat here. I did not notice. Luzapalooza is raiding us with Party 17. Thanks, Luzapalooza. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Frosthaven, Scenario 0. I am Jeff, CaptainQwyx on BoardGameGeek, and glad to have you here with us. Okay, so I think we're going to risk it. Yeah, her battle goal doesn't really care about on that. I don't think she's going to get her battle goal because she would have to kill 2 of these 3 wolves in the same round, and that is unlikely unless we do some magic with some shadow tokens. Of course, we could do that. How much health does the elite hound have? The elite has 6. Okay, that's not horrible. And our Emmy is doing all right. But I don't have a card in hand. It would be 2 from the discard pile to negate that damage. I can't afford 2 out of the 8 cards going lost because a 3rd one's about to go lost anyway. And I know I'm going to use at least a 4th one to put some shadow tokens out. I can't afford to lose 2 cards So we're just going to take the 4 hits. That's just really unfortunate that we got the 2x on that one. But 4 damage. All right. And we'll try and get some healing from Emmy. All right. And then Wolf number 3 already moved. Okay. We're set. All right. It is our reinforcements turn. He moves 2, and we get to control his movement as opposed to it being automated. And then Emmy is long resting. So she heals 2. That's nice because she actually did need to heal 2. She gets her items back. And then we get to pick which card goes lost. Okay. What are we not going to use? Well, we don't need this shield against ranged attacks. And, well, the deflecting maneuver as a top card, it is kind of nice. All attacks targeting you this round gain disadvantage. That's a heal in the top. Regroup is a really good card. Letting allies move. I definitely need that heal card. Ranged, I'm going to probably want when the elite starts getting closer to us. So, deflecting maneuver is nice, but I don't think it's nice enough. So that card's going lost. All right, and we get the rest of our cards back, all 5 of them, because we have our reinforcement up there. Okay, next round. Okay. We need to remember if Emmy ever drops below 5, you need to remind me that we lost our battle goal. So far, so good. She was only down to 8 and healed back up. All right. Now, Crisrol is short resting, so we are randomly going to lose a card. Dark Fog. That is attack 3 if they're all bunched up. Goes lost. I don't think that's going to come into play in this scenario because the wolves are just all too far spread out. So I will not take an extra damage to choose a different card for that to go lost. I assume that rule is still here in Frosthaven. I actually don't remember reading it, but it might be that I just skipped over it because I knew it was a Gloomhaven rule as well. So, all right. So, what do we want to do? We want the Banner Spear to move at least 3 and kill that wolf right there. It's going to be a little while before the other wolves get around to us because they only move 2. I've got Combined Effort. It's an attack 3. Everything's attack 3. So I think we kind of want to pick up a lot of those loot tokens because boy do we need loot. We need things and stuff and more stuff and some things. All right, but got to move at least 3. 1, 2, 3. So I only have 1 card that moves 3. So that is going to be Tip of the Spear. Need to save some of my push and pull to move this elite into some of these traps. I know Emmy does have a few of those things. She's got to push 2 here. Okay, so I think it's Combined Effort again because it will wound it. If we don't kill it, it will kill it. But, oh, it'll be going after the wolf. We need to go before the wolf. there any way we can go before the wolf? That's only a move 1. I don't have any plus movement. Jump doesn't help. Oh, we're out of position. Oh, okay. So Crystal's going to have to do something to save herself. Move 6 and put down a shadow token. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So she could get to that loot token. And that's far enough away from the wolf. So that is one way to get out. Or here's the other option. If I don't go up to kill that wolf, I could heal range 2. Yeah. The wolf is going to come attack my summon if Crystal runs away. That's not good. Let's just think about this for a minute. 1, 2, 3. If I put Crystal up here and back up, this wolf would go 1, 2, 3 to attack us, 1, 2, 3, and still attack the person who went first. Trying to figure out how to save Crystal here. Or I just lose the summon, which is annoying and unfortunate. I could just call him back. Throw my javelin at him. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is one way to do it. Get up here, heal, go before Crystal so the wolf attacks me instead of Crystal. That's what I think I want to do. Yeah. Okay. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Draw the wolf away over to me, and that saves my reinforcement as well. And then Crystal can still run far away, and we'll just drop a bunch of shadow tokens out, going late to do so. Yeah. All right, here we go. I think we've got this set. All right, so Crystal is 86, definitely not 19. Emmy is 25, and then the hounds are on 26. So Emmy, first on 25, will move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then heal 2, range 2, with regenerate, which is even more awesome. So Crystal is range 2, so heal 2 and add regenerate. So at the start of her turn, she'll get 1 more. That is super awesome. I love that. That's a great card. All right. So that, oh, and before I did any of that, it was actually our reinforcements turn first. He can move up to 2. He's just going to move 1 up here. Oh, no, he's not going to move because then the wolf would attack him. I need to look. I need to get this right. I know we did it differently earlier. Summons. 19, 31, 33. First movement. Not controlled. Directly before, separate from the summoner's turn. So I guess the monsters would focus on the summons. Unless page 43. Abilities. All right, I'll have to look it up later. I'm assuming I'm going to leave him behind for now. It shouldn't matter. I can always move him up next turn. Okay, that was Emmy's full turn. Hounds. Elite Hound goes first, moving 2, closest here. 1, 2. Then number 3 moves. 1, 2. Doesn't quite get to Emmy yet. Number 5, focus. It doesn't have to move. Closest, went earliest in initiative order. Breaking the tie, attacks the banner spear. So, attack 2, -1 is 1. We'll use our shield, is nothing. All right. That is all the hounds. And then Crystal's turn is going to move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. End of turn looting. Place a shadow token in the hex you are occupying. So that, and then we'll draw the loot. And Crystal is the active player, so draw here. Gets another coin. She has 4 coins. And then that was her bottom card, goes lost. Top card, place 3 shadow tokens in hexes within 3. So, all right. Other kinds of, she can attack as if she were in the hex occupying shadow. Suffer damage. You can teleport to a hex with a shadow, remove it, negate it, discard the card. So this wolf, 1, 2, 3, I'm going to put it there to attack the elite as it comes through. I'm going to put one over here because she can teleport to where they are, and that gives her some loot advantage. And what we have up here is once during each of your move or attack abilities, you may remove 1 within 3 to gain experience and add 2 to your move or attack. All right. So let's put another one over here just in case we want to go after that loot token there. I am seeing now that we are just off the screen a little bit. So let me try and bring this down. That's our last row. Okay, so yes, we're good now. All right. All right, Adam. Adam says, hi there. What app are you using? Sorry if you answered this already. Actually, this is only the first time I've answered this question, so don't feel bad at all. It is Xhaven Assistant. It's a free app, and it supports Gloomhaven, Frosthaven, Jaws of the Lion, Forgotten Circles, some of the fan-generated content. So that's what I'm using. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. It's working really well. So thanks for joining us, Adam. Okay, let's see. Where are we at? So, excuse me. Crystal has laid out her 3 shadow tokens and creates night by doing that, and then this card goes lost as well. So we just had 3 cards go lost. Hopefully we're getting close here. All right, next round. Okay, can we use that night? Emmy would attack and add muddle. I don't know that that really adds anything. Barrage over here, attack 2 with range 4. Use night to attack 1, add 1 range, so it could be range 5, attack 3, and gain an XP. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just out of range, but will possibly move closer here. He's going to move 1, 2, and then go around this. And then that would put him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's a possibility. Yeah, I like that. And put out another hex. So going after at 28 is the same thing as 82 because we know they're all going on 26. We want to go early with combined effort to take out this number 5 here. So that would be move 1, push 2 within range 3. Oh, I could move. I could not move and push him into the trap, but then I don't get to hit him. Oh, range 3. Oh, that's even better. So I could move 1 and I can push within range. So I could move over here and then push this guy into the trap. That's kind of cool. Yeah, and get him out of the way, at least for the moment. All right, let's do that. I like that. So 21, 28. Emmy on 21, Crystal on 28, and draw, and hey, look, they're on 26. All right, so first, if I do that, the summon can't move to the right place. I just realized that because he needs to be all the way over here to attack that guy, or up here, and he can only move 2. I need him to move 3. I think I still want to do it. I'll just push after. We'll combine effort on this guy and then push him in the trap so he dies. So first our reinforcement moves 1. That's the reinforcement. Now Emmy's turn. First we'll do combined effort. Plus 0, so that's 3 damage with wound. And that is on number 5. With wound, so he's going to die at the start of his turn. He does retaliate for 1, so we take 1 damage. Did I forget to heal? Oh, I forgot to, what do you call it, regenerate for Crystal. That's what it was. I did heal her, but I didn't do the regenerate. Okay. So we just combined our efforts, and that gives us an XP. Now, let's think about this. That wolf is going to die anyway at the start of his turn. Is it worth pushing him into a trap? I don't think so. I think I want to leave the trap there in case I can push or pull the elite into the trap. So I could move 1 and still push this wolf 2 spaces. Do I want to, though? Well, yeah, because we have ranged attack and stuff, and that keeps him from attacking me. So where do I want to move? I am starting to run short on turns. I don't have push or pull anymore. This is my only push pull card. Oh no, I do have a push on Unbreakable Wall. If I set up the Unbreakable Wall to push the elite back in, but probably not going to matter. We want to get some loot, so I will move 1 and push 2 that way, just to get closer to our loot tokens up there. All right. Banner Spear's going to have to short rest. Or long rest. Think about that. Oh, that wolf was coming right back to attack us. Move there. Okay. Wolf's turn. Elite number 4 is closest yet is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And went first. So moves there. Split the difference. All right. This wolf moves 2. This wolf, start of his turn, dies. Drop loot token. All right. Crystal's turn. Okay. She is using the knight to make this attack 3, range 5, get an XP. So use the knight, get an XP, attack 3, range 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the elite, plus 0. So 3 on the elite. Okay, nicely done. Then place 1 shadow token in a hex within range 2. So there. Okay. She has 1 more turn. Banner Spear, short resting. I don't think we're going to get a lot more of that loot here. Well, you could go step on that one and wait for that wolf to come. Oh, and she heals 1 more. Chris roll. Heals 1 more from regenerate. All right, next round. Getting close, near the end. You're welcome, Adam. No worries. Okay, so I should have done this to add 2 more to that awesome attack I did. Well, we're going to Fluid Knight here and super kill. It's too bad our Deathwalker doesn't have a way to kill 2 enemies. No bottom attack or anything like that. All right. Combined effort card. Actually, I kind of like that one because it's pretty much an auto kill on all these guys. So I will keep that one. Can I afford to take a damage? Yeah. I'll take 1 damage and choose a different card to go lost. Tip of the spear. Well, we're going to be using that anyway. That's okay. All right. So, we want to set up. So this is easy. Chris roll is going to attack 5 from a Shadow Hex. But she wants to go after the wolves. So she's going on 32. All right. Emmy is probably just going to step on this loot token and wait for this wolf to come over. No, he's not. He's going to come up here. Yeah, that's what he's going to do. So we want to go. We want to go after. We want to wait the wolves to come to us. But if we do that, this wolf is just going to come here and kill my summon. I'm not thrilled about that. What if I use Chris roll as my ally for combined effort or unbreakable wall? Because she's got to move 3 after doing whatever she does. So if we let this wolf go kill the summon, that's fine. And then Chris roll can move 1, 2, 3. Could go get another loot token. Could go take trap damage, but end up, there's going to be a loot token there. Well, I could just throw a javelin. It's attack 3 anyway. And maybe the wolf doesn't die and we get 1 more turn to go loot stuff. Kill the elite, but let the regular do stuff? Sure. So we'll keep the javelin to go early. Oh, and we'll let allies move this way. Yeah. Oh, we could set up a breakable wall this way. Oh, but we need to go early. Yep, and just throw the javelin. All right, going early this way. Okay, so Emmy is 21 and Chris roll is 32. And draw for the wolves. So Emmy has move 2, grant 2 allies within 2 to move 2. Well, first he moves. All I could do is move 2. So I'm just going to move 1 and let him stay there. That way, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. No, he's going to move up here. Oh, the wolves are going to get him. And I'm throwing a javelin at that guy anyway. I don't care. I want this wolf coming this way so that Emmy can, or Crystal can attack from that shadow square. All right, so that was move 2, grant 2 allies to move 2. He already moved 2. He can move 2 more. I don't really. Oh, actually. Sure. We'll try and pick off that wolf with our javelin, creating wind. Attack 3, range 3. 1, 2, 3. -1 is 2. So that wolf, number 3, only takes 2 damage. But we're going to be positioned and maybe getting some loot. All right. End of turn looting. So Emmy loots. Gets 2 metal. Nice. That, I'm sure, will come in handy at some point. Okay. That's the wolf's turn. The elite wolf. 1, 2, 3. It's 3, the same either way. He doesn't even see the shadow figure, so he just moves 2, getting closer here. And then this wolf only needs to move 1 to go kill our summon, who only has 1 health. That's here. Attack 2 -1 is 1, but 1 is enough. Now this only goes discarded, so I can just easily bring him back. All right. Okay, now it is Crystal's turn, and she attack 5. Perform the attack as if you were occupying a hex with a shadow, then remove the shadow. And you can attack something that's in the shadow, targeting back to itself. So the shadow's going to go away. We're creating night. Getting an XP. And attack 5. And you know what? Just for kicks, we'll take this one off for this ability here. Actually, no. I'm going to do that for her move ability so that she can go get another loot token. So attack 5 is hopefully going to be enough, knock on wood. +1 is 6. Hound takes 6 damage, goes away. All right, and drop a loot token. And that doesn't even go lost. How cool is that? That is very cool. Yeah, we got to get these shadow tokens out there. These are really awesome. Now, move 3. Let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go get that loot token. Sure, why not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, this summon died. And then she'll get a loot token. Okay, so Crystal is the active player, and she draws 2 more money. She is just banking on the money. All right, that wolf is still alive, giving us a chance to loot some more. Next round, short rest for the Deathwalker, for Crystal. All right, that's fine. 3 cards, 2 cards. Do I want something back? Yeah, we'll short rest because I think we want to throw a javelin again so that we can step on the loot and throw the javelin at the wolf. Actually, did what I get rid of is my teleport? No. I want a teleport. I can't choose to teleport. So the most I could do is move 5. 1, 2, 3. You could get that one. Could you get 2, 3, 4, 5? Can you move 5? No, you have no way to move 5. All right. Don't need to min-max it. Deathwalker's not really doing anything. And so Banner Spear, yeah, we'll short rest for you so you get your javelin back. Because coins is coins. Awesome. Almost at the end, guys. And that is our javelin, so we need to take a damage so that we lose a different card. This one. Oh, we don't, our reinforcement. That's okay. We're not going to need him. Okay, so javelin. I think we want to go late. -1 range, but 2 XP and shield 1. That's okay, because it's range 3. He's going to be range 2. I can do that. Oh, but if he comes and attacks me for a bunch... No, we need to move first. We need to shoot him first and then go over. So it's just going to be a basic move. Move 2 more. And we'll just do that. Oh, wow, she can attack. In case we miss, she can clean up. She can attack from all the way over here. Perform attack as if you're occupying a hex with a shadow token. All right, so 21, and Crystal is 24. And we draw. All right. Oh, you took damage. You're gone. Okay. So on 21, we're going to throw the javelin, creating wind again at the end of our turn, but we're not using it, so that's fine. +1 is 4, and that will kill the hound. And we drop a loot token there. And then move to grant 2 allies within range 2, move to, well, too far away. End of turn looting. Emmy gets some money. Hooray. And then Chris Roll the Deathwalker has nothing to attack. Moves 3. 1, 2, 3. Joining our triumphant friends here at the end of the battle. All right. There we go. That is the scenario. All enemies are dead. And then at the end of the scenario in which all enemies are dead, read 2.2. With enough of the pack slain, the rest slink back off into the white wasteland. But there is no time for celebration, no cheers to mark your victory. You still need to get over the next ridge before nightfall. And after all you've done is tire yourself out. The caravan trudges forward. Some of its members nod solemnly to you as they pass, a thanks for keeping them alive just a little longer. This brutal place has not won today, but there is always tomorrow. You should now, and here's our rewards section, you should now be ready to take on Scenario 1 on the following page in the scenario book. Do not perform an outpost phase until you have completed Scenario 1. All right, so we're going to play Scenario 1 on Wednesday. Come on back at 3 o'clock. We're going to dive right in. I'll have it all set up and ready to go. I'm going to read up on these characters a little bit more between now and then. Thanks for joining me, as always. Thanks for coming on this adventure, and we will see you next time. Let's see if we've got somebody to raid here. I'm new at this, but I'm going to set this up, and let me see if anybody is live right now. I'm looking, and no, I don't see anyone to send you all over to. So go find a channel you enjoy watching, and we'll see you Wednesday. Thanks. Bye.